Hi, this is George again from eAccess Solutions Tech Support. I just want to go over some handy flight tips when you're flying with your BlackBerry. Here's some things you can do to safely use your BlackBerry on a flight and still be productive. First of all, when you're going through the security, one of the first things you want to do is typically you'll have to have your device screened or x-rayed. So before you do that and submit your device, make sure that you lock the keyboard. So there's an icon here called lock, or if you've invoked the shortcuts like we talked about, you can just press the letter K. So you can just click on that to lock your keyboard. Once if your device is password protected, it will also protect it in case some unauthorized person tries to handle it. Another important tip is just before you're going through, when you're on the airplane, just before takeoff, here's the trick. You want to go to the Manage Connections screen. So bring up your icon screen, click on Manage Connections, and notice that there's an entry called Turn All Connections Off. This will turn off all the radios in your BlackBerry device. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So right now we've turned off all the connections. We're going to escape out, and then at that point you can safely turn power off. So you can either do that by pressing the red key typically, or on a few BlackBerry models it might be at the top here, or you can click on this Turn Power Off. So we're going to press the red key. Notice it's going to warn us that it's going to shut down here in just a moment. I'm actually going to abort that, but we'll pretend that it actually has shut it off your BlackBerry. Once you're back in flight and they tell you that it's safe to turn electronic devices on, you can now turn your BlackBerry on by pressing the red key. But you'll notice that now, I'm going to go ahead and just unlock it here. But at this point you'll notice, and if you look in the upper corner here, the radio is completely off. So now, even though we've turned the BlackBerry back on, we're legal because our radios are off. So you're not interfering with any electronics on the plane. Once your device is back on, you can actually safely read your messages. So you can go into your message folder. You can read your messages. You can actually, believe it or not, reply to a message or compose a message. What the BlackBerry does is if you compose a message, it'll simply queue that up. So the next time the radio is back on, it will send any pending messages. For example, this message here is pending, has not been sent yet. You can also click your menu key and go to things like file messages or hide or view your folders or things like that. So you can actually function on the plane by filing messages and doing all those functions that you might otherwise do. You can also look at calendar, tasks, notes, and most other BlackBerry applications, such as games or music or things like that. Obviously, any application that requires the use of the radio, such as BlackBerry Maps or browsing on the internet or something like that, obviously you couldn't do legally. Once you're back on the ground and you're allowed to turn your device on, you obviously want to go back here, go to the Manage Connections screen again, and simply turn all your connections, restore connections. This will turn all your radios back on as they were before, and then you're ready to continue on. Make sure you do that, otherwise you'll stop receiving emails. So basically, these were some safety tips that you can use to safely utilize your BlackBerry efficiently while you're on an airplane and do it in a legal manner.
For more information, please visit www.eaccess.com or www.wirelessbyeaccess.com.